Hello, everybody. This is Debo of Debo's Film Reviews, and this week's review will be Return of the Jedi. Because this is the May. Since today is Revenge of the Fifth, after yesterday was May the Fourth be with you. And of course, Return of the Jedi. Which, of course, is directed by Richard Marquand. And, of course, starring everybody's favorite every character cast we all know and love. Like Mark Hamill as Luke, Carrie Fisher as Leia, Harrison Ford as Han Solo, James Earl Jones as the voice of Vader, Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan, Frank Oz as Yoda, and of course, Billy D. Williams as Lando Calrissian. I gotta say, practically another excellent sequel to a film, and third of the original trilogy. Which I gotta say, epic. But hey, who doesn't like Star Wars? I mean, especially out of the original trilogy. Which of course, Return of the Jedi starts off with Luke and Leia and Lando out to rescue Han from the vile gangsta Jabba. And talk about some epic scenes in there like the Rancor, the showdown, the Sarlacc pit, and the somewhat debatable musical number, which for the Family Guy one kind of was a missed opportunity to have the was it yeah should have in my opinion should have did like the Conway Twitty Darth Twitty thing on that one version, but enough about the Family Guy version. Back to their actual Return of the Jedi, which of course is back to Family Guy for a moment, because they did a Darth Twitty on that one, but that could have been a opportunity. They should have just did like the full song on there, like that. I see the want to in your eyes thing. Yeah, I know that's off topic, but yeah, that's just my 2 cents on that one. Yeah, so back to said now I'm done with the Family Guy trailer version. Now back to the actual review on the actual Return of the Jedi, which of course epic. I mean, with the Joel Jabba's palace deal going on with, which of course in Mandalorian, you find out Vib Fortuna takes the mantle once after Leia strangles Jabba and, with that chain after her attempt failed. And I like funny how Lando was the only one to not get caught and not blow his cover the whole thing. And of course, the showdown at the Sarlacc pit, and while Han's still recovering from blindness, and Luke finally uses the Force to after R2 throws him his lightsaber and then takes down Jabba's guards and all. Leia takes down Jabba himself. Han takes down Boba Fett, which we all, for 30 something years, we all thought Boba died in that Sarlacc pit, but thank God he was brought back for Mandalorian Season 2, because that was a waste of a good character right there. Very underrated and barely any screen time outside the comics and all, and games. But I'd say Mandalorian finally made him best out of canon performance. And then, of course, we got to go to Endor which is basically the Vietnam of space, which is what the Ewoks were a metaphor of, was the Viet Minh or Arvin forces, which was which of course was the Ewoks and how they were so low tech against a high tech empire with the help of Leia, Han, and the Rebel Alliance. And talk about epic performances out of that, and even Warwick Davis, who behind the scenes Carrie Fisher always looked out for during filming. And I'm like, we miss you, Carrie. And of course, that epic reveal, so after Yoda dies, and then Luke finds out Leia's his sister, and I'm just like, which kind of goes in the flaw of her character was how she never honed in her force practice, but at least she knew where her place was which was among with Han and the Rebel boys helping the Ewoks take down the Empire while Luke confronts Vader. And talk about the epic final showdown, and of course, which of course until Episode 9 we all thought Palpatine got his when Luke finally scratch it. I meant Anakin finally gets up, realizes Anakin breaks away from the Emperor's control and throws him off that balcony, off that yeah, off that throws him off that little space balcony or something. And then of course, after that old final showdown, when Luke surrenders and then tries to turn his father back to the good side, which of course, where Anakin finally fulfills his deal of the chosen one to bring balance to the Force for a short period of time, because not sure how, which that's enough, I'll say, for the Force Awakens review, but overall, an epic 5 out of 5 masterpiece out of Return of the Jedi. And like I say, last one I might give a 5 out of 5 for a Star Wars film. Of just saying, because that was like I said, with some props for the epic alternate cuts of the Star Wars of Returns of the Jedi, where after the fall of the Empire, and you get like the celebrations of the other planets, kind of like the Blu-ray cut where you got Naboo, and then for some reason they edited Hayden Christensen's version of Anakin, not the original which is only that bit part, and only showed up in ghost form, which of course because Anakin Skywalker had his whole body burnt up in Episode 3, and showed what he would have looked like had he not fell for Padme, but which would have made sense because Luke would have been born to save the universe, because he fulfilled his destiny too, in a way. But I kind of love how how like in The Mandalorian, they brought back Boba. I already mentioned that, but this also counts as my review of Mandalorian Season 2. And overall, Return of the Jedi, epic. I mean, even got epic scenes like the speeder chase. I mean, how could I not do a video without mentioning that? I mean, talk about one of the more epic chases between the stormtroopers, with Luke and Leia trying to take them down, and then Han and the boys meet the Ewoks, but at least Leia had a more welcoming than the guys did, until Luke had to use his Jedi mind tricks on him, and then they made peace, and then tried to take down that shield in order to stop the Death Star. and to get of course the show, the epic battle, and of course the capture with the infamous "You Rebel Scum" line, and of course the Ewoks come in and save the day with help from Chewie and a commandeered AT-AT. I guess, which of course is officially 5 out of 5. Because I can you not like the original trilogy, and actually does some character redemptions for Lando after he betrayed Han in Empire, and surprisingly made and Han Solo being finally and Leia finally being a settling down for a while, which we'll get to that in Force Awakens, and of course, kind of was a little flaw to that scene of how in the cremation burial of Vader, Leia didn't show up because that was her father too, which is always weird in that reveal was how when Leia finds out that Luke's her brother and all that, and all of a sudden she should have had a more genuine reaction to what? Sorry, she didn't realize that Darth Vader, don't freak out about Darth Vader being her father too after all them years. Kind of like with Vader's force powers, surprised he was able to block it too. Although he did have help from Palpatine, because course, of course, this was what the leverage Palpatine had to seduce Anakin to the dark side was his love for Padme, and while she was pregnant and he was trying to did it to make sure she didn't die in childbirth, which, of course, that was well, which failed, of course. While Luke got to live, was sent to his Aunt, Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen's, and of course, Leia got sent with the Organas. But overall, epic, epic masterpiece. Even how they took down the Death Star again with Lando being reunited with the Falcon, of course, after Han cheated them at cards in Solo, which of course, like I say, Billy D was the better Lando, of course, while Harrison Ford was the better Han Solo compared to Alden. I can't pronounce that guy's name from the Disney version, the prequel. But overall, epic 5 out of 5. May the force be with you. This is the May. Enjoy.